Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. So today's going to be a different kind of video because I'm going to do my favourites of 2020. I spent most of 2020 playing with makeup. That was what all the quarantine and the COVID did to me, was me playing with makeup and do many videos that you got to see. I don't think I've ever actually done this before. I've done favourites videos, but I don't actually think I've picked out like something from every category pretty much. The only thing I'm missing I think are lashes, but I mean, there's so many of those that I could pick from. I'm not going to pick. I already have multiples in each category as well. This is going to be a long video, by the way. Probably. I'm not sure. It depends on how much I edit it down and how much I chit chat. So I'm going to try not to ramble on too much. I'm going to go through everything quick enough. I'll swatch some things. I'm not going to swatch every single thing, but I'll swatch some things. I'll give a quick why I love it and move on from there. But still, get yourself a snack, get yourself a cup of tea, get yourself a nice drink or something nice and snuggle in, and let's get in to see what I loved for 2020. By the way, if you want to see this look, this is already up, I think. Or else it's coming up after this video. I'm not sure which order I'm putting them up in, but I know it's either right before this video or right after this video that this look is going up. And yeah, I'm actually featuring one of the products that I'm wearing in this video, which is going to be fun. So let's actually get on to the favourites now. So I didn't do any like skincare or anything like that because I chop and change my skincare so much, and I did a get unready with me video at the beginning or at the end of November, so you can check that out if you want to see my favourite skincare products that I'm using at the minute, because I tend to use the same skincare until it's gone and then I might move on to something else unless I particularly love something. So there is some things in that, but I'm going to start straight from foundation. Not even primer. I don't even think I've picked anything for primer, but the first thing, as soon as I thought about this video, this is the first thing that popped into my head. Over every single thing in this video, this is the first thing that popped into my head. This is the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Dewy Foundation. You will, if you go through all my looks throughout the year, you will see this pop up in every couple of them. I've been loving this. It was $5.50 on Beauty Bay in euros. I'm in the shade Soft Ivory. It's the most perfect colour match for me, and I did this online. I was like, I'll just get the lightest colour because that's always the safest for me anyway. Soft Ivory is ideal, and I'm an NC10 in Studio Fix Fluid, just to give you a general reference point for it. Right now I'm wearing Estee Lauder Double Wear Light in Porcelain, so generally that's my shade match. Yeah, so this is my favourite. It just gives you the most beautiful buttery looking, smooth, creamy looking skin. It's dewy, but it's not really wet on the skin. Well, on my skin's dry and dehydrated. It just makes my skin look great. Every time I wear it, I just love it. And the combination of the other products I'm going to show you is like the dream for me at the minute. For a concealer to go with that foundation, and most foundations as well, you will obviously know what this is probably. It's one or the other kind of thing, but this is the one that I kind of picked out because it's like, this is one I definitely love. It's the Maybelline Fit Me Concealer. I'm in the shade 05. I also wear the shade 15. It's one in their kind of older shade scheme, but the proper match for me is 05. That matches the Soft Ivory and everything else that I use. 15 is more when I've got a bit of colour, when I've got a bit of tan, or a foundation that's a little bit dark for me, but I can make it work, so I use number 15. Yeah, it's so creamy, so moisturising, doesn't make my under eyes look crepey, doesn't make, like, it stays put, it covers. It's, I would say, a medium to full coverage. I wouldn't say it's the fullest coverage I've ever used, but it's definitely enough for me. I just love it. I think it's so handy and so easy, and it's just nice and quick, and it blends in easy. I use my finger to blend it in. It's beautiful. Would recommend it to anyone. And then as a finish off to those three skin products, I'm going to say my Inglot Loose Powder. I've fallen head over heels in love with this powder. My two favourite powders of all time now are my MAC Mineralized Skin Finish and this. That's my two favourite. If you could take everything away from me, I'd be happy with those two. Those two powders I'm happy with. I'm in the shade number 12, and that matches, again, everything that I wear, even the dark foundations I can get away with. But it's a sheer to medium cover, so just give it a little bit of coverage. Just makes the skin look really smooth. It sets everything. It doesn't take away the dewiness of the skin, if that makes sense. So it sets it and takes the shine down, but you still have a bit of a natural satin sort of look to the skin. So even if you wanted to set your whole face, you can, which I normally do. The only place I don't set is my under eyes, unless I'm using something particularly that might give me fallout. Oh, I love it. This is my second one as well, and look how big it is, ginormous. My second one of these, and I will be forever buying this. So nice. Moving on to some skin, like, face colour products, which is the fun part. My number one favourite bronzer slash contour slash bronzer, and it's more of a bronzer than anything, is the Fenty Sunstalker bronzer in the shade In the Sun. And it's this guy here. If you're pale, yeah, this is the bronzer for you. It doesn't get muddy. It has a golden undertone, which I love on my skin. It just goes on sheer enough that you can build it up, which I like. I don't like pigmented bronzers. I like it to be sheer and for me to work it onto the skin myself. I also like to use big fluffy floppy brushes to apply it, and it just goes on beautifully. It's so smooth. It doesn't go patchy or anything like that. It's just so nice. It's expensive. I'm pretty sure it was like 30 something euro, which is not that expensive compared to others. Like MAC ones are the same, but I don't know, it's expensive. But I love it. I think it's great. That's it for bronzers and contours, because I only have the one. Everything else I kind of use, but that one I always get really excited when I'm using it. Then I have two blushes to go for. This is a cream blush, which I more so use, not necessarily I only use it off camera, it's just I never think to grab it when I'm actually filming some sort of looks. But I love this, and I love this colour. This is the Ingla AMC cream blush in the shade 91. So it's a gorgeous neutral with like a pinky peachy sort of undertone to it. I'll swatch this guy so you can see. There. And it's kind of a moussey sort of consistency, almost like a cream to powder, but not quite powdery really. On my skin, because it is dry dehydrated, I don't like creams to go powdery. I like my creams to be creams. But yeah, I love the tone of it. It's so soft and subtle, but still gives you a really nice flush on the cheeks. And then for powder, we're going to go with something that I just adore. I adore this powder blush. This is the Clinique Cheek Pop in the shade 08 Melon Pop. So bright, but it's actually just such a stunning colour, especially in the summer. I got a lot of use out of that. That's it there. That's the cream, and then that's the Clinique. I just thought it was so pretty. The texture of it is lovely. It still gives you that nice satiny sort of look on your skin. It's a gorgeous colour. I want more. I think I am going to order one more as well. Maybe the Nude Pop, or I can't remember which one I had in mind. Ginger Pop. Something that's more neutral. So I've got like a brighter one like this that has like a lot of colour, and then have a neutral one as well. But if I could, I would have a whole collection of them, which might happen eventually, but I don't need that much blush. As of this year, I'm not doing a no buy, but I'm putting a slight ban on myself from buying eyeshadow palettes after all the stuff I've ordered at the end of this year. Okay, moving on to very fun stuff, the highlighters. So I've three here. First one is probably the cheapest, and probably one of the cheapest ones you'll get for the quality that it is. This is the Wet n Wild Mega Glow highlighting powder in the shade Blossom Glow. They have another one that's more golden as well, and this has a bit more of a pinky undertone to it. It's just, I heard so many people talking about this, and I could never find it. And we do have Wet n Wild stands here in Ireland, but we don't get this, or we didn't at the time, and I was so frustrated. I was like, I just want to see it and swatch it when we were allowed to swatch things, and I couldn't find it, and I was so annoyed. And then it was on Beauty Bay, and I was like, I'm just gonna order it. It's like €5, so I'm just gonna order it. It's fine, and it's one of my favorites now. That's what it looks like there. If you can see that, it's so shiny. Excuse the liner swatch there. That was from earlier on when I was filming this look. It's so shiny. Has a pinky hue. It's not like a duochrome. It just has a pink hue off it on the cheeks. It's so stunning over blushes. If you're fair, yeah. If you're a little bit darker, the gold one might be a little bit better, but I don't think there's anything darker than that. So for deeper skins, it's not great, but I'm loving this. And then another one that I found myself reaching for a lot this year was just kind of like that'll go with everything. It just goes with everything. Mine is a little bit broken. This is the MAC Extra Dimension Skin Finish in the shade Double Gleam. So I think it's their lightest one that doesn't have a duochrome to it. Basically, mine's not actually broken. Mine comes out of the pan. So I actually kind of hold it like this. It's a really nice pale champagne colour for pale skin like mine. it gives just enough of a, I wouldn't even say gold, there's no gold really in it. It's just like a champagne. That's how it looks there. So there's the pinky one, and then that's the more champagne one. So like between these two, you've got a pinky and a kind of warmer one. It's just the most gorgeous, like, I don't know how to describe it. It's just so pretty and I just like it. My skin looks really wet when I wear it. And then for something a little bit more intense and a little bit more blinding, I use this when I want to do something either very dramatic, very glam, something like that, or I want to really, really go heavy with the highlight. This is the Inglot Sparkling Dust Face, Eyes and Body. This is in the shade number 7 as far as I can remember. It's kind of rubbed off the back, but I'm pretty sure it's number 7. I'm going to show you I'll just show you like that. It's like this. And it's also a champagne, but this definitely has more gold than the MAC one. I'm going to close it because I know I'm going to drop that and it's just going to go everywhere and I'll never be able to clean it up. We'll do that one here. Can you see that? You can't actually use too much of this because you will look like you're a robot. It's so intense, so intense. So I literally, like, in the cap, dip, and then go crazy, and then go dip, and then go crazy, and build it all the way. They've loads of different colours as well, so if you're a little bit more tan, they have more colours. I think they do have one that might be a bit lighter, I'm not sure. But this colour is still actually perfect for me. It's just that little bit more sparkly, and I love it. I love it, love it, love it. I think it's so, so pretty. We're getting through it, guys. We're getting through it. That's all the face stuff. So I'm going to move on to eye bits. Then we'll go on to palettes, and then we'll do lips at the end because I have a good few lip products to go through. So we're going to move on to brows. I have 2 brow products to go through. One you will know that I used a lot, especially during our first lockdown in Ireland, which was between March and June-ish. That's when I went back to work anyway. And then August is when I got my hair done again, so I actually couldn't wear it because it was a bit too dark for me. This is the Benefit Brow Gel, Cream Gel Brow Colour with brush, because so you get a little brush here, which I have used a couple times. That actually needs to be cleaned. That's gross. I used it and never cleaned it. But it's just their Benefits like pomade kind of gel sort of jazz. And this is in the shade number 2, which is a great colour when my roots are growing in. I would definitely go for number 1 if I get my hair done fresh, and the next time I buy it I might go for number 1 anyway, just to try it out and see. It's definitely a drier formula than others I've used. I've used MAC ones, and I've swatched the Inglot ones, and I've swatched the Anastasia Beverly Hills ones, and it's definitely on the drier side, but it's workable. It's a really good formula though, and does not budge all day, and it's great for giving you a really good brow, like a really, not even like super drawn on sort of brow, because I don't think there's a mirror here, sorry, I can see myself. I'm looking at my brows. I'm not one for a super like the brow lamination. That wouldn't suit me. It's not me. I've never gotten it done, but I don't think it's me. I do like my brows to be filled in. I love powder as well. So when I first got it, I was like, oh, I don't know how I'm going to feel about something that intense and it's on the darker side. But I've grown to love it, and I've grown to make it work for me, and it's done me so well, especially during quarantine. I just used it as my hair got darker because my roots were growing in, because obviously the hairdressers were closed. This is great. I loved it. And then in the latter half of the year, I kind of started using this again, because I had one that was kind of run out, but I refused to believe it was run out, and then I got myself another one, but I didn't want to open it because I refused to believe the other one had run out. I wanted to make sure it had run out. This is the MAC Shape and Shade Brow Tint in the shade Fling. It's one of those brow pens, so it's like a felt tip, but it's not a felt tip, it's actually a brush tip. And you literally can draw little hairs. I've used them in a good few looks in the past few weeks especially. I notice I've picked up a little bit more because my roots aren't as dark as they got to in, like, they were like down here. they were bad. So this is not too bad, so I can get away with a lighter brow. On the other end here you've got some powder, and you can literally just, you can even see them doing it. So you can go in. So I find the powder is actually great for like bald patches in your brow, you know, if you over tweeze a little bit or you're just missing a little bit. It's great to put that down first as a background and then texture it with the pen. and give it a bit of texture as well. So love it. Fling is great for your blondes, ashy blondes, that kind of thing. And I even found Fling is good for a light brunette as well, if you don't like your brows too dark. Okay, moving on to some primers. You'll know one of them anyway. This is the MAC Prep and Prime 24-hour Extend Eye Base. I love this. I love this like so much. It's one of the best primers I own. I use Urban Decay Primer Potion, I use my Too Faced Shadow Insurance, and I love both of those. So out of those two, I probably prefer Too Faced. Is probably my number one of primers. But this guy it's getting there to number one. I've used this so much. I'm pretty sure this is still my first one, but I do have a backup already. You only need the tiniest little bit, and it actually even works as a not as tacky glitter primer. So sometimes if I don't want to go in with full on glitter primer, or say I don't have my glitter primer with me, but I do want to use a fine glitter, I'll go in, do my eyeshadow with the primer, and then put a fresh layer of primer down over whatever I'm putting glitter on and use it from there. So good. It's like €22, so good. And then, no surprise here, my NYX glitter primer. Love a glitter primer. I also use the Too Faced Glitter Insurance, which I actually use for this look. But my NYX glitter primer, it's cheap. It's cheaper. So, I mean, it's a winner. I already have a backup as well. And I'm not even halfway through this tube. You only need the tiniest little bit. Works perfectly. Yeah, I use it for pretty much all my shimmers. Anytime I use a shimmer, it's usually underneath, or some sort of glitter primer is underneath, just to help it give us the best go at that shadow. And yeah, I just find it so good for such a good price. Speaking of NYX and a good price, so I love, one of my favourite liners in the world is the MAC Brush Stroke liner in Brush Black. It's very hard to say. It's one of those pen liners, but it's not a felt tip, it's a brush tip applicator, and it's a great liner. Such a good liner, so easy to use, and I love it so much. And it's still one of my favourites. But they didn't have it in stock for ages because they were repackaging the box or the packaging, I'm not sure, but they didn't have it in stock for ages, and I was trying to continue with this. So one of the girls in work actually told me about, she was wearing a liner. I was like, what liner are you wearing? It's really nice. She was wearing the NYX Vinyl Liquid Liner. So I was like, oh, I might try that. Now, it's a brush tip applicator, but it's a dippy liner, which I haven't used in years and years, like properly used in years and years. But my God, is this so easy to use. I'm pretty sure it's like €12. That was so easy to use. I found myself just doing my liner like nothing. I've had trouble with my liner recently as well because I keep making it too big, but I've just, even if I make it too big, it still looks good with this. It's so nice, and it's like not a full matte finish, but it's not a shiny finish either. It's somewhere in between. It's like a vinyl kind of finish. Been loving that. And then while I was there shopping in Boots for this, I was getting this, I seen this. It's the NYX Epic Ink Liner in black. It's a brush tip applicator. Also about 12, or actually probably even €9, or I think this was €9 and this was €12. I know it was something like that. And it was there, and I was like, well, the other one I can't get in stock, so I might as well try something and see if it works. If it works, it's cheaper, I'm going to get this forever. And I'll get the MAC one as well because I like having it. But yeah, like this is exactly the same. It's just, yeah, and I find the tip is actually a tiny bit thicker at the base, so it's a little bit sturdier when you're using it compared to the MAC one. Tiny bit longer, so not flimsy now, it's still absolutely so easy to use, but this one does have a thicker base to the pen, so therefore it's a little bit sturdier. Yeah, both of these winners, absolute winners for me. I was so happy with them. I could just keep using them because they're just so easy to use. Sticking with liners, I'm kind of going to bunch these together, but I will tell you my absolute favourites out of these. So these are the Colourpop Cream Gel liners. I know some of them are in different packaging, so I think this might be the old packaging, where they actually are all coloured the colour of the actual pencil. These all have the colours on the bottom. I got these last year, I think, but I've been using them so much because I've been doing my makeup so much and so many colourful different looks that these have just gone with everything because I pretty much have a rainbow here. They're so creamy, they work really well on the waterline, they go on really well on the waterline. They're twist up pencils, they just perform great, and I have colours to kind of go with whatever I need them to be. So my favourites out of these, the ones that I know that I've used so much this year, is 1, 2, 3. Definitely these 3, yeah, and I've kind of picked and I don't actually think I've used the black yet. Maybe I have, but I just haven't been picking it up as much. But these 3. So this purple one is Piggy Bank, Boots is the bright pink, and Puppy is the orange. If you go through a few of my looks over the summer in particular, you'll see these 3 featured a lot. I find them so easy, cheap and cheerful. Would absolutely buy them again. Love it. And then last 2 bits for eyes. I'm going to go with mascara first. My favourite of the year, it's a standout of the year for me, and I only had it in a deluxe sample size. But I am going to buy it, but I don't need to buy mascara right now, so I'm holding off on buying it right now. But it's one of the best mascaras I've ever used. I never been so happy with my lashes with this mascara. This is the Benefit Bad Gal Bang mascara. When this first came out, it scared me. Like, I was afraid of this when I was hearing descriptions and seeing the wand, and I was just like, oh, it sounds intense, it sounds hard to get off, and it's just and it's not like it's waterproof, but like it's not specifically advertised as waterproof. It scared me a little bit. But obviously last year then I got a sample size in one of my advent calendars, I think my Glossy Box or my Debenhams advent calendar, and I used it, and when I used it I was like, it literally looks like I've got a pair of false lashes on. Like, it looks like I have a pair of false eyelashes on, and I don't have good eyelashes. I use a lash serum every night. I use Rapid Lash serum pretty much every night because I need it to help my lashes at least look decent. When I put this mascara on, oh my god. Now I'm still using my lash serum, and I've moved on between 2 different mascaras, or yeah, 2, because I use my sample of my MAC in Extreme Dimension mascara, which I also love as well. And at the minute I'm currently using my Essence Get Big Lashes mascara, which is a great mascara as well, but they still don't make my lashes look the way this did. This is, oh my god, like, if anyone wants to buy me a present, buy me this. But I don't need it right now, but buy it for me, please. The wand is so different. I kept this. This is the one that I was using. I kept it because I knew I was going to do this video. This is the wand here, so it's kind of thicker at the baseline. Let me see if I can get you in focus. So it's kind of thicker at the baseline, and it tapers thinner as it goes to the very tip of the wand. It's one of those silicone brushes. The actual bristles of the silicone are short as well. They're not super long until they get to the back part of the wand. I don't even know what it is about this that I don't know. I can't even tell you. It's so just, it was magical. It was a magical experience using it. I did not want it to end. I was so happy with it. And now I can actually get rid of this and buy a new one next year for my birthday. That's what I'll do. I'll wait till my birthday, or if someone wants to buy it for me for Christmas, go right ahead. I'll be very happy for you to do that for me. And then I'm going to feature one glitter, but I'm kind of talking about the brand for glitters, but I'm also specifically talking about this glitter. So I'm talking about my Apocalyptic Beauty glitters. I have an abundance of them. I have 11. I ordered 11 at once. She gave me 2 samples and 2 samples of glitters, 1 sample of pigment, and a lip gloss in my order. I don't know if she does that all the time. You can let me know down below, but that's what happened. I ordered 11 glitters, all kind of Halloween-y, spooky, weird kind of themes. Very me. So you've got like Bela Lugosi, you've got the Bride Frankenstein, you've got Frankenstein, you've got the Wolfman, you've got Vincent Price, you've got, these are all names of the glitters, go look them up. They're so fun and so beautiful. You've got what's that one? Blood Moon. You've got Space Goth. They're so fun. But this one here is the reason I ordered from this site, and it's because of Beaut Bean. Usually is because of Beaut Bean, because I order things because I think she's the coolest person in the world. But she would use this sometimes, and I'm like, I need that glitter. I've never seen a glitter like that. So I wanted to order this. Now when I went on the site, I was like, oh, they've got more stuff on this site, and I'm gonna have to order it all. And I held it off for about a year or 2, or a year and a half, and I caved this year because I was like, I want my glitters now. It's 2020 and 2020 is poop. I want my glitters. So this is All Hallows Eve, and I think she kind of gets like takes it off the site and then reintroduces it every year. So it's basically got fine like orangey peachy glitters, slightly bigger orange glitters, bats. There's is there moons or is it just bats? Just an abundance things, but there's like orange and black bats inside. So that's how it looks there. And then if I shake it like this, that's all the finer glitters there. So you can kind of mix it around and see what you want to do, make it super sparkly sort of look, or do what I did in my All Hallows Eve look, was inspired by this glitter. And I just stuck a few bats and the kind of sparkly bits on my eye as well. They're not eye safe, so just to warn you. So you're not really meant to use them around the eye. I used them kind of up here and I took them off separate from the rest of my makeup. I've seen people use them around here, but they're more for like your face and that kind of thing and your body. But use at your own risk on your eyes. That's all on you. But this is beautiful and I love it. And I love all the glitters from them as well. Okay, so I think we'll do some eyeshadow palettes now, because I won't really be swatching these unless there's a particular shade I want to show you, but I probably won't really swatch them because next year I plan on doing up close swatches of everything. And then we'll move on to lips as well, because I have a lot of lip products. So let's start with the palettes. So I have 6 palettes here to show you that I've picked out particularly because when I was using these palettes or received these palettes, because 3 of them I got for my birthday off my boyfriend and the other 3 I bought for myself. So when it came to me using these palettes, I was so excited. I had so many ideas in my head. I cannot wait to do more looks next year. I'll trickle them in here and there if I can fit them into my tan schedule. Doing like 2 more looks with this palette and that kind of thing, or get ready with me's with this palette, but these are like the pinnacle of the year for me. So let's start with the smaller ones, the ones my boyfriend got me. So I have 3 Kaleidos makeup eyeshadow palettes, and I will be buying more eventually because this is one of the best formulas I've ever used in my entire life. So we've got in order the Futurism 2 Cyber Bronze, Futurism 3 Astro Pink, and the sadly discontinued Futurism 4 Vior Neon. Don't know why they got rid of that one, because that you know. Anyway, so we'll go with the first one that I did a video on, which was the Vior Neon, the sadly discontinued one. And this is the beauty of it here. Now I wouldn't even say it's like a neon as in a UV sort of neon. I would just say it's a super bright palette. The colours are amazing. This red is great because it doesn't lean too pink as well, but you have a shiny pink and a shiny orange. The shimmers in this palette are beautiful. One of the best formulas of shimmers I've ever used in my life. This lime green, obviously in love. I just think it's so fun, such a fun little colour story together. The shimmers go really well with whatever you want to do with it as well. I would have obviously liked, this is just me being me, a shimmery lime green. But that's just me because I like that colour in every single palette I want. I want that in all of the palettes. I do keep the little slip because that tells me the actual names. So yeah, I tried to keep that as well. Next up then is the Astro Pink. So this is the next one that I did a look on. This is a little bit more ethereal in my eyes. It's a bit more... Astro Pink is kind of the best way to describe it. Like, it's very... I don't know, it's a weird colour story anyway, but it's a stunning colour story. This one here has a black that's a matte with a sparkle in it, so the sparkle can dust away or you can make it stick with a glitter primer. I did a full on look with that black. I did a whole black smoky eye with that. This beautiful duochrome, it's like a blue to a purple shift, so stunning. Cannot wait to I featured it in my first impressions with this palette, but I cannot wait to actually use it in another way. This matte purple is beautiful. Matte purples are particularly hard to make, but this matte purple is stunning. This shimmer here, shocking. It's so shiny, like it's so reflective. It's like a pinky, lavendery, silvery kind of colour. It's so beautiful. And in these 2 mattes, they are very similar. They're very similar in tone. It's just one has a tiny bit more of a mauviness to it and it's a tiny bit darker, and this one is a little bit warmer. You maybe could have done without both of them and maybe changed to the other one, but I like both, so I don't really mind. And if you use transition shades a lot, it's handy to have the 2 of them there, because then if you run out of one, you always have the other one. And then the last one, and probably my favourite one, and this is actually the first one that I had my eye on. So when I was looking at all these palettes and everyone was doing all the reviews and these palettes, I was like, oh, that one looks just so me. And like, this is not the one, like VR Neon is like me in a palette basically. But when I see this palette, it just makes me want to use it constantly. Like every time I look at it, I'm like, oh, I just want to use that, but I can't because I'm using something else right now. And also, I did one of the most beautiful looks I've ever done. I felt the most stunning I've ever felt in one of the looks I did using this palette. So this is the Cyber Bronze, and this is a grunge palette. It's a grungy dream, and the most neutral out of the three. So you've got your three mattes here. Good balance. So you've got a kind of mustardy shade, a warm brown, and then a super deep chocolatey brown. This silver is one of two shimmers in my collection that is the best shimmer of my life. This red here is beyond stunning, and in this kind of a rusty reddy rosy sort of colour. Oh my god. The look I did was in my 2 Looks 1 palette using this. I have videos on all of these palettes, by the way, so you can just search the palette and something will come up for you. And I have playlists and everything with them. So the look that I did was basically just the silver, the mustard, and the dark brown. Such a simple look, like so simple, but I just felt so beautiful in it. I was shocked. I was just shocked. That's just the way to describe it. I was shocked. And then the next year I'm kind of going to go in order in the way that I use them this year. So this one here I've been wanting for, actually these three I've been wanting for ages. And this one here I've definitely been wanting since at launch, and I was like, oh, it might go on sale. Then I was like, oh, if it's sold out. But then I was like, oh, it's probably only on sale though, so I'll wait and I'll wait and I'll wait and I'll wait. And it never went on sale. And I was like, oh my god, please just go on sale, because I like a bargain. I hate paying full price for things. So I was like, oh my god, just go on sale, please, please, please. Never went on sale. And then it just, something in my head happened. I was like, oh, that's gonna get discontinued. I don't know why I thought it. I was like, I'm ordering it. I'm just ordering it, and I panicked and I ordered it. It hasn't got discontinued. And then Black Friday happened and it went on sale. I was like, okay. This is the Lunar Beauty Moonspell palette. After my little ramble, Lunar Beauty Moonspell palette. Looks like a spell book, so you take it out. Can we just, yeah, I know, packaging on point completely. And it's inspired by witches. So that's it. Basically, it's already a favourite because of that reason. And this is how it looks here. That's more like how it looks. It's a gorgeous range of colour with some neutrals thrown in, which is great for people who love a lot of neutrals as well. But they can add the colours in as they feel like they want to. They have a whole row of green. Winners. A whole row of purple. Also winners, but the whole row of green, like, I mean, that wins the palette for me. I loved all the looks I did with this palette. I did a really fun kind of khaki look with a khaki lip, which I'll be showing the khaki lip actually in a few minutes. All the names of the shadows are inspired by witches in media and that kind of thing. So Sabrina, Phoebe, Piper, Prue, Winifred, Sarah, Mary, standards, Hermione, Samantha, Marnie, all the ones, all of them, they're there. So yeah, I love this palette. I can't wait. I'm probably even next Halloween gonna bust this out again, because that's when I use it. I saved it for Halloween because it's a witchy palette, so I was like, well, obviously. And I'm probably gonna use it again around Halloween, so I might do like 2 more looks using this palette, or do a get ready with me with this palette. I'm so excited. And then next up is a palette that I only not finished using. That sounds like I only use it once and then I throw it away. No, I did a lot of videos on it in November. I focused a lot on this palette in November. This is the Give Me Glow Grunge palette, and this is one that I've also wanted for a million years, because it's my neutral palette basically. If you were to give me a neutral palette or tell me make a neutral palette, yeah, you pretty much nearly got it right there. You might want maybe another shimmer or something like that in it, maybe, or like take the black out and change it with something else, or change the brown out with something else. I don't know. I would probably add one more shimmer. That would be my only thing about it. But it's a grunge dream. It's a grunge palette. It's a grunge dream. Again, the shimmers in this is my other favourite shimmer formula ever. I'm pretty sure I have more favourite shimmer formulas, but Give Me Glow and Kaleidos, they're the two that always stand out to me so much. They're just so pretty. I love it. I love the looks that I created with it. I felt so glam and so grungy with this palette. It just gets me really inspired. All the names are so fun. Teenage Dirtbag, 90s, Nirvana, Smells Like Teen Spirit, Grunge, Punk, Black Hole Sun, Bonehead, Underground. Like, I've named them all. Yep, I've named them all. But I just feel like for anyone who loves grunge, this is your neutral everyday palette. Because it's my neutral everyday kind of palette. I don't have an everyday kind of palette, but if I did have an everyday kind of palette, that would be it. And then the last palette is actually the one that I'm wearing right now. So it is also Give Me Glow, because I've been adoring their quality. And this is the Christmas Morning palette. You will see this a lot this month. I focus a lot on this one, on this month as well. I did a first impressions, I did a 3 looks 1 palette, and a palette bingo. And I'll probably use it more again next Christmas as well. It's not exclusively to Christmas. If I feel like pulling it out, I'll pull it out. But look at it, it's like Christmas present. It's so pretty. And the inside in this, and I will say as well, the shimmer formula in this palette is even better than the grunge palette. It's behind me. I'd have it right behind me here. It's even better than that. This silver here is my other favorite silver ever compared to that Kaleidos one. The two of them, they go together. Like, they're what dreams are made of. This gold is so sparkly. So sparkly. This is what I have on my lid right now. It's a beautiful duochrome. The shimmery red is stunning. The mattes blend immaculately. This cool toned brown is like, I don't know, it just reminds me of cocoa. It just does. Yeah, I love this palette so much. I'm so happy I bought it. I'm so happy I bit the bullet and bought it, because Give Me Glow's shipping is expensive. And I was like, screw it, I'm just getting it if they're in stock. I was waiting for like one of them to go into stock, and then I'll buy that one, and I'll buy a few single shadows or something like that. And then one will go out of stock, and then the other one will come back in, and I'm like, oh no, I'll wait, and then that will go out of stock. And I was like, oh my god. So one day I was like, if I go onto this website right now and these are both in stock, I'm ordering them, and screw it, I can't deal with it anymore. So I ordered it and screw it, I bought them, and I've been in love ever since. And I really want that Vivid Rose palette. That Vivid Rose palette, but I don't know if I can justify the shipping again. Give me glow. Send me a Christmas present, please, or a birthday present. My birthday's in June. Send it to me, please. Thank you. Imagine if I got PR. That'd be hilarious, wouldn't it? Who would send me PR? Who knows I exist? Oh, LA Splash know I exist, actually. They featured me on their Instagram and Twitter. And I'm featuring them right now because I love some of their stuff. So we're gonna move on now to lips. I've got 6 liquid lipsticks. I've got 3 glosses and 2 bullet lipsticks. So I'm gonna go through them and I'm gonna swatch them all for you so you can see what they look like. I don't know why I picked these ones. I just know I use these a lot and they are my favourites. And even if I don't, like, there's one of them I don't use a lot, but when I wear it I'm like, oh, I love this colour so much. But you have to have kind of the vibe in mind with your makeup as well, you know what I mean? So like, I wouldn't throw it on with this look, if that makes sense. So we're going to go through the lipsticks first because they're just easy to kind of throw on. So my first lipstick is definitely an all-time favourite of mine. I've used it a lot this year. I've rediscovered it a little bit this year because I kind of didn't wear it, I don't know why. This is MAC's Flesh Pot lipstick. It's like lip liner all around the edge of it. And it's just a super pale nude with a slight pinky undertone. So if you know Myth lipstick from MAC, that has more of a peachy undertone, where this is more of a pinky undertone, which I much prefer. It's a little bit cooler toned. Or Viva Glam 2 in that vibe as well, but a little bit lighter. I just love it. And it's a satin finish, so it's nice and creamy kind of finish. It's just so beautiful. Pair this with Whirl lip liner or Stone lip liner or Plum lip liner, and you have a winner. Always, forever and always. And the next then is another nude. Surprising as well, because I wasn't prepared to actually put this in anything until I wore it a couple of times, and I was like, oh my god, this nude is beautiful. This is the Clinique, what are you, I can't even read that, oh my god, matte lip colour and primer in the shade 01 Blushing Pop, and it's just a bit deeper and a bit warmer. This is like what I wish Velvet Teddy from MAC looked like on me. I can't wear Velvet Teddy. It goes too orangey on me and it doesn't look right. Just, I don't know, it just looks like I have a mess on my lips basically. This is like what I wish it would look like on me. It's has a tiny bit more of a rosy tone to it, a little bit more on the neutral side, and it's just stunning. When I wore it, I was like, my lips look beautiful, like fabulous. They've never looked better in their lives. And then we'll do the glosses and then we'll do the liquid lipsticks because I have more liquid lipsticks than I do glosses. So let's go with the three that I've kind of grabbed a lot this year. So this is the Colourpop Ultra Glossy Lip in the shade Atta Girl. It's a clear with kind of a pinky, bluey, purpley sparkle through it. Great little gloss, lovely to throw on top of things. Nice sparkly kind of gloss. You can throw it over whatever you want. It's just a clear kind of colour. I don't know if you can really see that. But it just has the most beautiful sparkles. I'll show you. So that's what the sparkles look like there. So you can see the tones of it. Very pretty. Very nice. Lovely. Clear with an interesting sparkle in it as well. Then another, I wouldn't even say this is really clear, but it's in that vibe because it's more of a sparkle than it is an actual colour. This is MAC's Gloss. I don't know if you can get this anymore, but I know they do something similar to it. It's like Goldfinch or something along though. I can't remember what it's called. I'm pretty sure it's something gold that they sell. But this is a Christmas one, but it's very similar to this. This is Glass Heel, and it's just like a golden sparkle. So you can see it there. Again, kind of a clear base as well. But it just has a warmer kind of sparkle to it, which is lovely. So you've got your Atta Girl and this is Glass Heel. Very nice. Different, but like in the same kind of idea. But I'd say out of the two, the MAC one is more sparkly. There's more sparkle in the MAC one. And then the last one is a bit more of a cream kind of a gloss. So it's a very thin sort of formula. This is the NYX Candy Slick Glowy Lip Colour. I don't know if it's actually, it's kind of like a glossy lip stain kind of thing. This is in the shade Sugar Coated Kiss. I only have one of them. I kind of do wish I have more of them because they're a really nice formula. And this is like a peach sort of shade. Looks very pink here, but it's definitely more of a peach. And that's how this looks. So you can see it there. It's lovely over different products. It's also really nice on its own or just with a pencil. It's a nice soft kind of lip if you do something colourful on the eyes but you need something peachy but still soft. It's a really nice one as well. So yeah, really like it. It smells good too. Okay, and then we're going to move on to the liquid lips. I already have the glosses here, so we're going to go here for the liquid lips just so I don't get them all mixed up. So let's start with MAC because I use MAC a lot, especially the liquid lipsticks. So one that I have fallen head over heels in love with in the last year. This was actually the lip I wore with my Cyber Bronze palette, the one that I felt very beautiful in. And this is the lip that I wore and also helped make me feel very beautiful. This is their liquid lipstick in the shade Cafe Au Chic from MAC. I said that already. It's kind of like a grey brown, but like not too dark, but it's definitely a darker lip. And it's just the most beautiful grey toned brown. I just think it's so stunning, so grungy, and it just makes me look and feel so beautiful. It's what I imagine people feel like when they wear Velvet Teddy. So next with them we're going to go on to Uniformly Fabulous. This is also from MAC. I've 3 from MAC and 3 from LA Splash. This one here is definitely more of a almost black purple, but it's definitely a purple. It's definitely not a black. They do have one called High Drama, and that is more of a burgundy with like a red base kind of colour to it. So it has like more of a red tone. But you can see there, this is definitely more of a purpley plummy tone. Let me swatch this guy. I wore this in couple of my Halloween looks. Look at how stunning. I'm going to give you an up close look so you can see the purple. How stunning that colour is. It's so deep. But it's not the deepest because this is the deepest and this is forever going to be in my favourites. This is Caviar. This is my child. I have 3 of them. And I need 3 of them. I have 2 here in my house and I have one at my boyfriend's house because when we would go out on nights out I'd wear this a lot. So it's black. It's a standard for me. It's a go-to lip for me. And it's one of the best formulas that I have. I love the MAC liquid lipstick formula. It's definitely not talked about enough. I love it. Look at that. I'm going to give you an up close look so you can see the black and the purple compared to each other so you don't think it's basically the same. So that's how they look there, and you can see the tone of the Cafe Au Chic, the nudier one. But look at those deep grungy colours. They're so pretty. I love it. And then we're on to the home stretch, guys, so stay with me. I've got my last 3 here. So these are the LA Splash Classic Horror liquid lipsticks. some of the best liquid lipsticks and one of the best finds for me, because I love horror and I love classic horrors and I love liquid lipsticks. It's like the perfect combination. And the colours in these are so beautiful. I have more than this. I think I have another 4, but these are the 3 that I automatically was like, oh, them 3, I love them 3, they're the best ones for me. So let's start with the nudier one. So this one here is called Mummy. It's kind of like a nude with like a grey lilac pink kind of tone to it. It's a weird colour, very weird, very blank on the lips. Now I'd say that if you like your lips to be very defined, do use a lip liner. I did that in my 3 Looks 1 palette with my Give Me Glow Grunge palette. The first look I used a lip pencil with this, but in one of my Halloween looks I didn't, and I just blended the whole thing out and it looked so like dead looking. It was great. I love that kind of stuff. So this is what it looks like here. Like it's not like my skin colour kind of colour. Definitely has colour to it, but the tone of it makes it a bit more of a dead sort of look to it. But I like that. I want that. That's the vibe I like. So this here is so nice, especially with a lip liner. You'll feel so beautiful. Next up then is Siren, and this is like a pink, a dark pink, and I love this. This is the one that they posted on their Twitter, me wearing this, and I've used it a good few times actually, probably 2 or 3 times this year I'd say. It's just the most beautiful, leaning, like, could be red if you wanted it to be, but it's definitely a pink. Definitely leans pink. It's like a raspberry, like a very, very strong, deep raspberry colour. It's so, so pretty. I love it. Love it, love it, love it. I always feel very pretty. You know, like, not like glam, not like beautiful, not like grunge. Pretty in that colour. And then last but certainly not least, this is the weird colour. I mean, I've showed you a lot of weird things. The black is pretty weird. But this is the shade Monster, and this is a khaki green. And this is the khaki green that I wore with my Moonspell palette. And I felt really cool. And like people in work, when I seen my Instagram post, were saying, yeah, that looks pretty normal on you. Why does it look so normal? And I was like, I don't know. But it's essentially a khaki green, and I think it's the most fun colour. Again, I wouldn't necessarily wear it with something like this. You definitely have to have like the right kind of makeup on for it, but it could be any kind of makeup. It just has to be the right kind of makeup. You could do whatever you wanted really, but once it looked right to you, it's good. It's so fun though. I just think it's so much fun. It's one of the weirdest colours I have in my collection, but I love it. So yeah, that's all the liquid lipsticks that I have to show you guys. Alrighty guys, so that is my favourites of 2020, and I'm pretty sure, I can't really remember which way this is going up, but I'm pretty sure this is the last video I'm putting up before Christmas. So I will say to you all now, happy Christmas guys, if you celebrate the holidays. Happy other things. I don't really know what else. I'm not educated enough for this. Yeah, happy Christmas. I hope you guys, if you are getting presents or giving presents or whatever you're doing, you get what you want. I hope you have a very special time and spend it with people that are allowed to be around you, because we're not really allowed to be around that many people this year. And just have a nice time, a nice relaxed, chill, safe time. Watch a lot of Christmas movies, have a lot of food, be fun. Yeah, also I will be posting one more video at the end of the year, but it'll be after Christmas, so it'll be my New Year's look that I'm going to be posting, and then we'll be moving on to more fun things. If my Black Friday order comes in, I have 2 that have arrived, but I have like 4 more that I'm waiting on. Well, actually no, 3 more that I'm waiting on. One is my advent calendar. I will do a haul video, but I'm waiting on it, so it'll be whenever I get that stuff. So yeah, hit subscribe down below to see that coming up and all the fun times we're going to have next year, because we're going to have a lot of fun next year, hopefully, if I have time, because I'll be back in work. COVID helped me with a lot of my videos this year because I had a lot of time. So yeah, hit subscribe and you'll see something go up anyway. Also, my Instagram is linked down below. Go follow it, because I'm currently uploading onto my story me opening my advent calendars essentially, and also you'll see up close pictures of this look and all my looks and my New Year's look whenever those pictures go up, but you'll know when you follow my page. Give me a big thumbs up down below, because it's the easiest way to give me some support. It's just a click of a button and it gets me around to lots more people. And also leave me a comment down below, what's been your favourites of 2020? I know 2020 is a shitty year, But if you had any makeup favourites that maybe you were stuck in and you were like, screw it, I'm going to wear that blue eyeshadow because I've never worn blue eyeshadow and I'm afraid to wear blue eyeshadow, but I'm going to wear it right now. Or I'm going to wear that purple lip because I've never worn purple lip. Or I'm going to put that red lipstick on and I'm going to get used to wearing a red lipstick on so that way I can always wear a red lipstick. I want to know what your favourites are. Let me know down below. Give me a list. Give me a list as long as what I gave you guys, because my god is my list long. So yeah, I will see you in the next video guys, and happy Christmas!